Thomas. Hey, Thomas.
Hi, Isaac. Not really a question, just like to sit for a few moments
Oh,
together.
easy, easy.
Yeah, great. Feel like my attention is just like been drawn really back into myself. It's like really sort of looking outward towards you. It feels like coming back here. Yeah. Difficult is that my body is so sometimes so because I had a concussion and I was sick later and I didn't take that much care of it. Sometimes it feels so my head and everything feels so tight, and it feels like there's something between me and the world. But I could feel a little bit while we're sitting that even under all that there's a clarity or something. There's something, but it's sometimes difficult to serve this this physical sensations, by myself. I think that's also a reason I like to sit a bit. It's like
Of course, welcome. In a way, it's like our habits of attention, which have been conditioned and are often based on old trauma, we can't control at all. There is no one to control. What inquiry does is it brings our attention home. And then those habits don't have much momentum there. But otherwise, it's like it just runs and runs and runs. It's just like, and it's the same in all of us.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of Ramana, and what I like what he said is that, you know, I don't know if I quote it correctly, but just be quiet, and your destiny or the conditioning will play out the way it will play out. Huh?
You know, an example that's used when you're watching a movie and there's an actor and he's acting his line, so to speak. If you, when you're watching your movie, you don't think that he can do differently than what's been filmed. It's clear. It's just he's playing his part. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of peace, if you like.
Mhm.
Not to take it so personal. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and that, I mean, again, that's lucky. We can have this idea of a construct, a concept of not taking it so personally, but it's just like at some point it just gets quiet. You see, it isn't personal. It's,
Yeah.
you know, maybe the next second it seems very personal again. Who knows?
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. Thanks for
Thanks,
checking in.
Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Anna. Yeah.
I said, I found it. I have a question. When I'm busy and inside is running, is it possible to try them to inquire, or it's not recommended?
Yeah. No, I would say if you notice that there's thoughts running, at the moment of noticing, of course, you can ask who's aware of it.
Even when you go to train and you are in a tram.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's any time. It's not something you have to be any place special for. It's just like, you know, the habit is when you're running to a train, we're not busy, we're not so interested, you could say, in inquiry. Our attention gets more practical. How do I get to the train in time? And like this. But actually, if it occurs to you at any moment, it's, even if it takes just for 1 or 2 seconds, it's like, okay, who's aware right here, right now? There's awareness here. And at least for a moment, stopping.
Yeah, in a way, I use it to let it stop inside. I want it to stop. I'm always aware it's going, going, going. And then I say, yeah, who am I?
Mhm.
But then I'm not really believe that it is true that I'm doing inquiry. I just want to stop this.
Mhm. Let's see if this works. You know, when you're watching a movie or something like that, television, anything, and you close your eyes, then you don't see the television anymore. So thoughts are going on, and then there's wanting it to stop. That's still watching the television in a way. You're still busy with it.
Yeah.
So the question is, okay, there's awareness of wanting it to stop.
Yeah.
Who's aware of that? You. And that is aware. Just in your own words, right here and now. It's no talking about anything you read or heard from anyone else. Just here now.
Yeah, not me. So, yeah.
Mm.
It is aware, yes.
It's aware. And that in that awareness, that running and all that, how's that then?
Now it is gone.
It's gone. Yeah, exactly.
With your help.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you answered my question, but I can do it anytime when it feels like. And it feels a lot
Yeah.
like that I want to inquire. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Thanks.
Come on.
Hello, Isaac.
Come on.
I still have some confusion about patterns and changing them. You said now, and I really like it, that it's like if watching a movie, who is to change it? If I'm just someone who is watching it, so there is no one to change it. And yet it seems there is a place for it. For example, when you share that when you returned from Papaji and you notice that your system is very stressed, and then you decided to try and not get up in the morning first things to teach your system to be more calm. So
It was, you know, to be more precise, it was like to watch how that whole thing functioned. how the stress functions. So just coming back to what you spoke, I still have. Now, just for fun, what is that I?
It's a thought I, which is observer of the patterns, and there is like a bigger I, which is the screen.
Okay. Yeah. So, any confusion now?
There was confusion, but now I forgot.
One way of describing it is falling in love with something that takes all your attention. So there's no attention left over for running after confusion and thoughts.
Okay.
Mhm. Oh,
Hi.
right.
Thank you for last time. It's so absolutely describable and graspable that I fall in laughter. And in the operation, I was fully conscious, so to say. It was also interesting, this short before getting the joke.
It went well.
It's worthwhile.
It went well, the operation.
Yeah, it went well, but side diagnosis osteoporosis, it's not so. But the body is slowly falling apart. What to do? Yes, you can.
You know, that saying, when you lose your sense of humor, it's not very funny.
Yeah, but I'm so glad that this humor touching my life again and again, or that life, or whatever you are, that humor is kind of existing. Hmm.
Love,
Thank you.
peace. Yeah. Willem. Hi, Willem.
Hi, Isaac.
Mhm.
Can I sit with you for a moment?
Of course, yes. when we just rest together like this, what do you notice, if anything?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if I really see it that that is me, you know, that I'm aware that I'm me. That's really hard for me because I find out that I'm always living in fantasies because the reality doesn't fit my idea, and then making up things and finding out that they're not true.
Mhm.
So I finally had an eye surgery. I didn't want to do it, but they tricked me into it.
Mhm.
And now I lost another half of my sight.
Oh, shit.
I can't breathe anymore because it's all double.
Mm.
So exactly what I was afraid of came out. Maybe some people will say maybe you created yourself by believing that, but I don't think that's the way I want to see it.
Yeah, well, don't believe anything.
Mm.
Yeah.
But everything I worked for seems to be gone again as usual. Nothing is left. I feel like Milarepa, you know, building houses and they're finished. You have to break them down again, and that's what my life about. And I wish I could find a way to sink deeper into the reality of what I am.
Yeah, so just as we just resting it, just nothing special, just resting, and just see if anything, if you notice any more peace, anything, just maybe there's not, maybe it's more activated. Just
There's a more trauma probably that makes me believe that I need a lover to be happy. And
yeah, so
after
that
all
thought
that,
comes.
after all this life, 50
Yeah,
years,
that thought comes.
uh, it's just a thought that has great
Yeah.
effect on me.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But I'm trying to embrace what's real, but somehow feels very empty.
Yeah, so
It could be okay,
and,
so, but I mean,
and
it feels
yeah.
positive.
Okay, so that emptiness, yeah.
Emptiness is the state you only want to be, but
Yes, it is. Okay. Mm.
so many years I end up broken in your satsang. And but it seems to be the way it should be because else it would be different probably. It's a very double feeling. In a way, it feels perfect to accept the way, and at the same time, there's another energy
Mm. Understand.
convincing me it's wrong and it should be different.
Mm.
It won't stop. Getting blind is also very interesting because it prepares me for the end of this life. It's because what I see outside is so blurry, not fun anymore to look at it. And all my friends seem to be gone. So I only speak to my children sometimes. That's all. But I'm very happy that my children are doing good, because that's also my karma in a way. That looks good. So where do I go wrong?
Believing that you went wrong.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
It's funny when I sit here, there's such quietness in the midst of everything you're speaking. There is quietness.
Yeah, I notice.
Yeah. And the talking doesn't disturb me at all. So yeah. I think it entertains you a little bit, the talking. Hard to talk about the silence, yeah. Very good to see you.
Sorry?
Good to see you and feel you. Yeah. Sarah.
Hi,
Hey,
Isaac.
Sarah.
Like the impulse to speak and then it just disappears. I feel like my longing is deepening. The more that's let go of and released seems to create more space. It's very clear what I want. Mm. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Mustafa.
Hi.
Hey, Mustafa. Hi. Really? Right. Hi. Hi, Florence. I'm not hearing you. On the bottom left is a little red button. Yeah.
Like this?
Yes.
Working.
Now I can hear. Thank you. Louise.
Hi.
Hey, Louise.
Mm.
Anything that wants to be spoken? No need.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No, man. I don't see all the people's things, so I need to see if I can find them. Ah, no, I see them. Hi.
Hey, Isaac.
Hi, Nama. what do you notice where attention goes?
There is a lot of trauma in the system, and the system is trying to regulate itself constantly.
Okay.
So it became like a habit that every time there's excitement or something is happening, then the system is going into this mode of trying to regulate itself. I'm just watching it.
Yeah, me too. We were both watching the same thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so you can notice that going on, and also just sense how you could say how our hearts meet each other.
Yeah.
So we can notice both. We can notice.
Yeah. Yeah. The trauma is very loud. It wants to be loud. So it's sometimes, hard, but now that you mention it, it's easier to also feel the connection. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah. There's such an interest to live as unconditional love.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
And that's your nature, actually.
Yeah. Sure.
And in a way, the trauma is trying to understand why womankind is so messed up. We can't understand it.
No.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was sitting this morning and then this thing came to me, like there's so much cruelty and aggression in the world, and
Yeah.
wow, it's that wow.
Yeah.
And the system is trying to make sense out of it, and and then it goes like in a loop of trying to get it.
Yeah. And really, all the system at the deepest, all at once, is to just live as unconditional love.
Yeah, exactly. And just and then it's nice to meet, and then to remind me again that okay, here it is. And thank you. It's very sweet.
James.
Morning, Isaac. Namaste.
Yeah.
they're amazing because it's kind of mad because this whatever's here seems to swallow doubts. There's nothing to doubt or something. Yeah, who can work that out? It's, this no mind thing. It's yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. Never work it out. Thank God. Yeah. And the trauma thing can play out. I don't know. It's funny because looking from clear, there's no distance to that. There's no distance to that awareness. It's kind of yeah. And these so-called distractions, these distractions are just kind of imagined. So you know, there's no such thing as a distraction, is there? There isn't. It's if something believes inside that chasing something can pay off on, but it's just
You know, it's like
yeah, yeah,
you can have a ring made of gold, and you melt the ring. The ring is gone, but the gold is still there.
yeah,
And so we have this form, you know, that's made up of actually nothing.
yeah, yeah,
Positive and negative forces. We say atoms, but then you go deeper and then it's just so, you know, it's like from one perspective, yes, the ring is gone.
yeah,
Forms keep changing every second. I mean, every second, you know, 100 million cells are dying and 100 million new ones are coming. It's like just like the ocean. It's never still. It's just
yeah,
so when a wave crashes, we don't say, "Oh, it became one with the ocean." It never was not the ocean.
yeah. Yeah, I love that line from Papaji. If you have a preference, you're on the shore. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Uh,
Thanks.
uh,
Esther. Esther, and then after Esther, Dick.
Hey, Isaac.
Dick. I see you. Oh. Hey, Dick.
Hi.
Mhm. Our habits of attention are so familiar, so habitual, that normally we don't notice them. When we rest like this together, there's a chance you could say that we start to notice some of the patterns that are very, very familiar that have escaped our attention. We just didn't even notice those patterns. So it's not a question of changing anything or fixing anything. It's just getting in touch with where the system is kind of working unnecessarily hard, not in its own best interests.
I have to say, I was a bit distracted because my own picture was all the time in front, so
Okay.
So I was looking for a way to see you.
Okay, no,
that was also happening.
Okay, no one, and then I saw the distraction. Anyway, if
Yeah,
I just speak, then it brings my picture up large, right?
I changed something, now it works. So
Okay,
normally it does, but it didn't. I just saw myself, and it was
okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah. I could feel that was the connection was not completely like this now. But I know the pattern of being distracted by all little details, so for sure that also makes sense. so funny because every time we meet, it's totally different on a different level. It feels. I don't know. Yeah, it's just happening, of course, but yeah. Every moment is different. Yeah. So I see this pattern, this deep wanting to connect, and I'm connecting. Something in me is connecting. I don't know the words, but and also there's the fear of going too deep or something. I noticed that, but I know this. It's just stupid fear. It's still there. Yeah.
You know, bottom line, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing that moves is attention. And you're not your attention. You're that which is aware of the attention. Yeah?
The feeling that I don't want to take too much time for other people. So. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Saturi. Hi, Saturi.
A little bit.
Hi. Anja. Shanti. Hi, Anja.
Hi, Isaac.
Anja, I don't see your picture. Don't know what happened. Ah, now I see it. And you're still muted on that little red button on the bottom left.
Okay, I
Oh,
think now.
sorry.
Okay. Oi. Oof, I'm going through a lot of stuff. And I was kind of not wondering whether it's better to speak or not, because the excitement rises now, of course, again. Yeah, but I just wanted to sit. Something became quiet already now during the meeting.
Glad.
Yeah, it's I'm just telling you about what my son is moving out after us being like really very close together for 21 years, single parent, and he kind of needs me a lot because he's sort of yeah, he's not so open to the world somehow. And yeah, now he's making a big move, starting a job in Zurich in Switzerland.
Wow.
That is wonderful. And he's kind of he was in this flying mode. Wow, yes, everybody says that's good and you can earn a lot of money and stuff. And then he, in a way, had a big crash last weekend because it's totally overwhelming his nervous system because there's so many fears that he actually has. And then it comes totally to me that I have all this old trauma, like, like refugee stuff. And I mean, it's not like I have it, but it actually all comes up now on my screen. This fear of, it's in a way, the main fear there is like that I won't survive somehow, something. And it's been kind of what I generally do is I go into action and then I can kind of get like things packed and preparing and also enjoying, because I know that it will be also nice for me to go to Zurich once in a while and stuff, and I'm kind of building something up that helps me. And yesterday we went to Zurich and I saw his flat, a wonder that he has got one. And since then, it's almost like this reality struck me somehow that he might be in that flat and won't feel good because it's such a strange environment. Everything's totally different. And he's really stressed since a week and he's not well. And so now also it kind of jumped really into me that I felt so crashed the whole night. I couldn't sleep. And there's millions of scenarios that it was the mistake and will go wrong. And it's hard to stop that. And it all creeps into the body in a way that then I really have the feeling I'm going sort of, it's like it's the crash is coming. Yeah, and it's good to focus on the love which I felt now within the meeting, that it is there and it carries everything. Yet I wanted to sit with you for a moment because now it started that I was afraid that the meeting will end and that I will fall back into it's so beautiful to sit in this field and be okay. There's all this fear coming up that as soon as this meeting is ending, then I'm kind of confronted with this shakiness and the panic and and in a way, it's almost like actually I feel like something really good is happening through these outer movements, because the situation between me and my son was not ideal, of course, if he always hangs on to me so much. and I feel so responsible for him. There's a pattern that's not healthy. So in a way, everything feels, something's whispering that it's a good move, and that it will just take maybe a kind of insecure time where things come up and everything will get okay. But it feels good that I'm kind of opening myself to the Sangha also with this, because it's the one thing comes up, of course, that I have to hold all this. It's like this holding thing again. It's like I always have to hold everything in a way that nothing crashes, and then it does somehow. Actually, I wanted the recording to be stopped, but it doesn't. I think it doesn't make a difference now. It's okay. It's a lot of trauma energy. I can see you, but there's like a fog around it also. That can you feel that also?
Yeah, I can feel that the tension is moving around. I just say it like that. Yeah, and it's okay. This is the opportunity right now, just to notice this is what's surfacing. So nothing wrong about it. Nothing, it's just like it has to come up, and it's getting seen.
Yeah. It's the hard thing is always that it looks like it will never end. Then when you're in it, it feels like
And so that looking like it will never end is a thought, not more, not more.
Yeah. Mm. And since there has been a time in my life when I was really down and crashed in this because my nervous system couldn't cope with anything anymore when I was younger, and that's kind of also like coming in again, that old information that my life was so good in these last 10, 20 years now without many crashes, some. And then I'm like, oh, I'll be falling back into where I really needed help, and I really don't want that. And so, yeah, that's also a thought. I can see that now. And I'm not like I was when I was so helpless at that time. I'm not the same person anymore also. And that's also good to speak that that I'm actually, there is something that knows that I survived. I survived already a lot, and this is not about surviving at the moment. Actually, I can kind of feel that now. It's more about being quiet and allowing the stuff to just release. Yeah. I wish everything could always stay the same when it's good. It's wow, it's just too much sometimes. Always up and downs. Yeah. In the system, something is so quiet, I can feel it.
Wishing your son good luck while in the move. And yeah, exciting. It's exciting.
It is really exciting. Yeah. It's a bigger move than I would have ever thought him. Just moving out is a move. But moving to a foreign country, it's not very far from us, but it's everything's different.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I could feel that yesterday because I entered that space the first time. I could, and then something is so like alienated, you know, like when you feel alien because everything's so different. And that's what my system gets really triggered by that. When something
In the past, you're talking about.
it was, yes, it was. It was after yesterday, it was sort of triggered in that own.
Coming back to here.
Yeah.
Nothing to do, nothing to fix. Just here.
Yeah. I can feel it that all is already good somehow. I can really feel it.
Good. Yeah, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sonia. Shanti, we kind of used up our time, so next time.
Patrice.
Yeah. Bettina, thanks for hosting. Thank you all for being here. Love, peace, beauty. Ciao.